at a national conference, and also in terms of investors and capitalists, the market itself, how big is the market and how well can the Tetfund National trade, the research fair and exhibition play a role in ensuring that this market is made available for these would-be innovators?
You know, a country with over 230 or 50 million is an already ready market. And the Nigerian market is a consuming market.
True.
We like nice things. We are very trendy, and the swagger of Nigerians.
If they are convinced, if you can demonstrate it, because we're asking that these people will come with their products for exhibition that are at that level that they can demonstrate, so that people see it and know it and they know what they are trying to get into.
Do you think there will be issue of the time frame for this this fair and exhibition? Would there be a time frame? Because there will be some innovations that might not have that immediate impact for them to demonstrate. Is there, that's...
So I think the most important thing is that we are bringing them together in a way that it has not been happening in a very systematic way before. And this is the first such fair in this mode of organization. And so when we have done this, we are already looking forward beyond this to the next years on, where we have more time to do that, until it becomes a culture for us. And so the planning and all of that thing will be better taken care of.
All right. I noticed there are talks about looking into things that have to do with the products for the aviation and the aerospace industry. Would there be a deliberate attempt to focus on certain areas, especially now that the country is crying about food insecurity and all that? Would there be some preference given to certain innovations in certain quarters that the country needs immediate attention?
I wouldn't put it that way. I think all sectors of the Nigerian economy are in need of this kind of intervention. Of course, obviously, on the minds of most Nigerians is security. Sure. So we are hoping that those who are into that aspect of it will bring things to help the government to combat the insecurity that is threatening our very existence. Of course, the insecurity is not just the insecurity to lives and property, but also you talk of food insecurity and such other aspects of the economy. So if you look at it, it touches on almost every aspect. You talk about the aviation.
Yes.
Do we have enough aviation fuel? Are there no alternatives to it?
Yes.
Even from biofuels and things like that? So that we don't, this whole idea that we're dependent on only one thing is not good for us. Because if that one thing does not work, then we come to a standstill. So, but there should be alternatives. And this kind of fair, people hopefully who have been working in that energy, clean, affordable energy section, hopefully will bring something to the table, and then we'll look at that.
Looking at Tetfund and how far it has gone, are there some other lessons some other agencies can partner with Tetfund to help also improve all these laudable initiatives they're taking already, taking a cue from all it took to set up this research fair?
So absolutely, Tetfund has taken the lead and has become the major force in pushing these researches, but by no means the only agency. There are other agencies of government like the PTDF. They support capacity in human development. Some others give interventions for human capital as well, including research works, including laboratories and things like that. So I think Tetfund has taken the lead, and the other agencies are invited to join.
Okay, let's look at the Tetfund. We know they've trained over 40,000 lecturers and professionals in different fields, both home and abroad. How impactful has this been on the socio-economic, life of Nigeria and tertiary institutions across border? How has it affected students who have gone further to become better engineers, better innovators, and also improving the lives of their immediate community?
So basically that has been hugely impactful. Simply going by the numbers, we are already up on that, because without that intervention, we probably wouldn't have had that number of high caliber professionals trained to the PhD level, some to the master's level, in some of the best laboratories and institutions in the world, so that our own competence is at par. And so what is needed after that is to come and create the environment back home, because we don't want to train for other countries. We want to train them to come back and work. So we provide that environment. And very recently this year, you would notice that Tetfund, I chaired that committee also, had an intervention in all of the beneficiary public institutions, an intervention of about 25 billion naira to upgrade our workshops and our laboratories so that obsolete equipment is replaced with modern equipment, to better train the students that are going through it, to better do and complete researches that can become commercializable. And so Tetfund is continuing in this excellent tradition that they have been doing, and they are just all the time increasing it. And we are very grateful to
for what Nigerians and Nigeria is benefiting due to the actions and laudable initiatives of Tetfund, how key is it for the sustenance of the leadership of Tetfund in pushing these initiatives ahead? And what should Nigerians expect more?
The leadership of Tetfund is key. And it then means that those who are put at the helm of affairs in Tetfund should be carefully chosen if we are wise as a nation. And I would pray that they are allowed to implement their mandate, which is very clear. It is usually interferences in that regard that may slow down or even threaten to scuttle. But as long as there is a continuous good succession plan in Tetfund, we have seen that Tetfund can have such huge impact on the nation's economy and human capital. So it's important.
All right, as we wrap up, still focusing on the research fair, in terms of research now, do you think there's also need for these researchers to also probably start grooming Nigerian youth, students from even the secondary school level, so that by the time they get to the tertiary institutions, they have a broader and better understanding of what research entails and how key it is for national development?
It is key to national development that right from primary school, not just secondary
school,
science and technology are introduced as early as possible so that it becomes almost second nature to them. And that kind of introduction goes with also the provision of the laboratories and the environment. Now you see that children these days that are in primary school, in secondary schools, already know how to operate calculators, computers, and things like that. And also in secondary schools, they do science practicals and things like that. So they begin to get well trained, well educated, and if they move on to the university, and it's a continuing process of an upgrade on the previous one, you will now see that there's a smooth flowing stream that will produce not only the good scientists and engineers and all of that, but that will also bring out people that are naturally now interested to want to research into issues that they think they can get solutions to. After all, the whole essence of research is that there's a problem. It's a gap, and then there is a solution to that problem. And why not? Nigerians can do it. We don't need to go anywhere if the environment is there. And if there's a commitment from all stakeholders, the teachers being committed and staying on their job very well, it will work.
Okay, finally, as we wrap up, being the chairman of the Tetfund National Research Fund Screening and Monitoring Committee, how huge do you expect it to be in terms of screening all the expected innovators and what innovations that will be coming your way?
So the job of this committee now is